All right, we're looking through these different layers that we're going to study with different strategies. We talked about the process matrix, page 1 of your brain dump. The formulas, page 2 of your brain dump. The flashcards, short deck, you flip through it multiple times a day. The ITTO exercises. I hope you found that file. If you're looking in the e-learning course right now, the previous video segment talking about ITTOs, under the video, you'll find a PDF icon. And when you click on that and download that file, that contains all of my secret sauce diagrams. So you're going to want to print that out in color. You're going to find those diagrams very helpful. And they will include these exercises, the manual ITTO exercises. And some people prefer to use these instead of the digital drag and drops, which are in the student portal. Now we come on to what we're going to read and retain on a best effort basis. And at the core, we need to read and retain the PMBOK guide. And that can be a challenge because the PMBOK guide can be hard to find engaging, to say the least. I have a sort of recommended strategy to circle around it and get control over it. And so by studying these other layers with these very specific strategies, you can go into the PMBOK guide and read it selectively later in your study cycle, when you're, say, just about a month or so away from your exam date. You can read the PMBOK guide carefully, but selectively. Read past the stuff which is covered in the brain dump or the flashcards or the ITTO exercises, and read for the other little gems of wisdom that are in there. What does it say about emerging trends for this particular process? What does it say about this particular tool or technique and how it is used in this process? And that kind of reading will be helpful on the exam. The PMBOK guide is definitely a required reading, but it's a challenge, and so it really helps to have a strategy to, as I say, circle around it and get control over it. Now, you're going to want to supplement the PMBOK guide with some kind of other study guide, and the one I recommend is by Crosswind Learning. And it's not the market leader. There's another that everybody tends to recommend, but I think the Crosswind Study Guide is far better. One of the valuable things it does is put the concepts into more accessible terms compared to the PMBOK guide. So you'll find it easier to read and easier to understand. It also identifies material that you need to know for the test, which simply isn't in the PMBOK guide. And then it also has 30 practice questions at the end of each chapter, each knowledge area, which on average are well written and representative of what you'll find on the exam. It's hard to find really good practice questions, but these in the Crosswind Study Guide tend to be very good. And then you can look at my e-learning course as a component of this material that you're going to read and retain on a best effort basis. You'll watch through all my videos. You can watch them multiple times. You can work through my practice questions at the end of each knowledge area. You can work through those multiple times. And just, again, you're going to absorb it and retain it on a best effort basis. And this is definitely an important component of your overall study strategy.